Welcome back to another Alliance War. For Loki, we're currently rank 8 going into the 8th war of Season 7, and today our opponents are SH10, Shield. I've got a few pretty interesting fights throughout this war. There was definitely some different champions placed on my path than the standard Alliance war, so have some of those to look forward to. Gonna go ahead and kick things off by boosting up as per usual, popping on a medium attack boost, medium health boost, and a lesser champion boost. I really hope that Kabam changes it back so that these things are at the top of the screen. I hate whenever you pop a boost and it brings you back all the way up to the top. But in any case, get my boost in order. Have a 565 Emma Frost on this first node. And Emma Frost, I fought Emma Frost a few times on this Aggression Fury node in the past. It's always a little bit scary just because, those inverted controls, if you slip up, especially with that Aggression Fury, it can be pretty devastating. It hasn't happened to me yet, but you never know when it actually can happen. But I am going to be using Stark Spidey here, of course. I'm not really going to build up too many poise charges because this special one will give me a couple of poise charges each time she uses it, so a lot of my damage is going to come from that. I do go ahead and pop that invulnerability just to be on the safe side here as well. Alright, we get that first heavy attack out. Basically, she's stun a mutant while she has that diamond form active. And then from there, push her to the special one. And here we go. Get my couple of poise charges off of that. And yeah, now my damage output is pretty decent. I'm using my special ones here just to dump my power. This way she stays out of that diamond form a bit more versus, turtling up inside of that diamond form. That happens when you have more power than she does. So get a couple of those in, and the fight is over relatively quickly. The easy poise charge gaining, plus a high-level Stark Spidey with class advantage, really does a lot for that fight. Alright, next node here we have the Bane stun immune, node 18, and find myself fighting a 5-star Quake. And Quake is a little bit annoying on, anytime you have to play against Quake on a stun immune node. It's pretty annoying because to get your opening, pretty much have to get that, have her throw a heavy attack, right? There are ways that you can get it if you intercept and stuff, but yeah, I'm not so good at intercepting, especially not on a Bane node. I'm not about to take that risk, so just bait out the heavy attacks and kind of deal with the aftershock when it comes. The goal is to use your special attack when the aftershock is ticking down, that way you can't get stunned. I didn't work out that way this fight, but I didn't get stunned anyway, so ended up, not being too big of an issue. Alright, we've got a 5-star Science Champion with that persistent charge on node 24 here, and this is a little bit surprising. I don't know if I've really seen MODOK on this node before, but it's welcome, I suppose. I don't think there's anything that makes him too difficult on this node. But then again, sometimes those new experiences, they catch you off guard. I fight MODOK all the time, so maybe that's why I'm a little bit more comfortable with this fight versus maybe the average person coming up to this node. If you don't fight MODOK a lot, maybe you wouldn't be able to stick your special ones as much. Or if you're not using Void, then I could imagine this fight actually being pretty difficult just because of the amount of auto block that MODOK has. But really what you have to do this fight is attack into him just one time to get that auto block down. Don't get hit by the special one like I just did there. And then from there you can get your regular attacks in and special ones. Anytime he has that blue shield icon below his health bar, that's how you know he's going to auto block. So just attack into him one time to take that down, and then you have a few seconds of time where you can attack into him and get your special off. So it's pretty much just that over and over, rinse and repeat. I mean, you can also get these attacks in if you parry stun, but because this node has a pretty heavy limber node attached to it, I'm not really going to be doing that. Mostly just going to be fighting the standard way of taking the shield down, then getting my attacks in. Whenever he has a special one, he is very loose with it, so that's the other thing to keep in mind about MODOK, is that he will be using that special. It is very rare that you get a stingy MODOK that does not want to use the special. Especially being that ranged attack. Most ranged special abilities, champions tend to throw those out a little bit more so than the short-ranged ones, just because, you know, they could launch them and connect from anywhere on the screen. So I guess the AI is programmed to, you know, throw those a little bit easier. But anyway, MODOK does go down. Now we're pulling up to the mid-mini boss, which is a Cosmic Spidey, a symbiote Spidey, which I don't think I've seen on this node before. A little bit annoying having to deal with the you know, the evasion after he throws a special, but otherwise shouldn't be too difficult of a fight. And there is one thing that kind of scared me at the end of this fight that I'll point out right at the very end, like the last couple of seconds of the fight. Definitely made me maybe a little bit scared of fighting Spidey, but we'll get to that in a little bit here. So the goal is really to push Spidey to a special 2, if at all possible, just so I don't have to deal with the special 1. I'm not good at evading Spidey's special 1, so yeah, I would have to just be blocking it. And he's still gonna go, you know, he's still gonna evade and everything, but you know, at least if I'm pushing him to a special 2, that's half the amount of time that the evasion is active versus if he's using the special 1. So we got a full set of debuffs up there right now, 1 of each 3 at least, 2 of them, 5 total. I don't know why I'm doing math all of a sudden, but we've got the debuffs going. So yeah, at this point, this Spidey is gonna start to drop. Got the second Petrify up now, and what's nice about this node is there's no Limber, so you know, I can parry stun as much as I want. And yeah, here we go. Got another Petrify after Fear of the Void, and this Spidey is not going to last too much longer. Alright, so he's going to get to a special 2, right? And I thought he was going to die, but watch, he uses his special attack right here, and I block it, but man, my finger was very close to not being in a blocking position. And if I got hit by that special 2, it probably would have dealt a lot of damage. And yeah, that's what kind of scared me. I was like, whoa, okay. I wonder how many times a Spidey's gotten like a sneaky kill like that just by landing a big critical hit on the special 2. Alright, anyway, moving on to the next fight. We've got a Sentinel here on the Aggression Armor node. An explosive personality, so I can't really be attacking into his block. Not that I really want to be attacking into a Sentinel's block anyway, because that would give him the analysis charges. And he's not awakened, so I could actually spam my special 1. Whenever you fight a Sentinel that is awakened, you have to rotate between special 1 and special 2. I mean, technically you don't have to. You could still just go all special 1 with Void if you want, but that is going to build up his analysis charges. The fight will end a little bit quicker if you're doing that, but you know, it's also a little bit riskier because he's very likely to get to 100 analysis charges by the end of the fight. So yeah, if he was awakened, typically I do special 1, then special 2, then special 1 again. But you know, standard way to fight Sentinel here, trying to rotate my attacks, trying not to repeat any of my actions. He's up to 44 or 48 analysis charges now, not too bad, and the fight's going to be over in a moment here. I am a little bit worried about pushing him to a special 3, otherwise I would have just launched my special 2, which probably would have killed him, to be honest. But yeah, because of that, I actually end up eating the special 2 right to the face, and as a little bit of payback, you know what, Sentinel? I'm going to kill you with Sentry. Suck on this, dude. Gonna spirit bomb your ass with a with the sun of Sentry, I guess. The power of the sun, at least, or the power of a million suns. How many suns is this guy powerful as? I don't know, man. I don't know the comics. Alright, but Sentinel goes down. Alright, moving on to the next node after I heal up and reboost, of course, because this is now you know, a few hours later. Boosts have all dropped off. And I'm going to have an Electro to fight. I was not expecting to fight an Electro, but on Arc Overload, there will be an Electro sitting there waiting for me. And the style of play that I'm going to have is, you know, I'm going to be using Void, and I'm just going to try to hang back and kind of let time run its course on the fight. This way I don't have to take as much of the static shock damage as I usually would if I was just, you know, constantly attacking into Electro. So That's pretty much the game plan. You know, I have to attack into him at some point. Don't want to get backed up against the wall completely. So it's going to be a little bit of a mixture of the two, but yeah, you could see even right off the bat, you know, as soon as I saw that it was Electro, I was like, oh god, I'm going to take a whole bunch of damage. All right, let me stall off the fight a little bit. So yeah, I finally start attacking, and pretty much, you know, right as the first debuff lands. If I really wanted to, I could be doing the light attack trick just to stall things out even further, but yeah, I really don't think it's necessary to do that. You know, this Electro, you're going to see his health just melt. He doesn't have that big of a health pool, and you know, I already got the Petrify going. Arc Overload's going to be getting reversed here, stacking some of them debuffs, and yeah, that 335 that he's constantly ticking for every half second does quite a bit. Does quite a bit against someone with a lower health pool like this. So I haven't really taken that much of that static shock damage. Luckily, the special one from Void does not get reflected either, so you know, that's pretty nice. And yeah, here we go, Arc Overload, putting in that work with all those debuffs. It does get converted to Fear of the Void, so I lose out on a little bit of that damage. Maybe I could have managed my debuffs a little bit better, but it doesn't matter. For the most part, everything was great, and I end the fight with 71% health still, so not too bad. I was a little bit worried once they started adding Electro that, you know, all the extra damage that comes from fighting Electros would really be a nightmare, and that's actually one of the reasons why I went for Omega Red initially, just because Omega Red doesn't suffer any of that damage back with his tentacle hits. But you know, Void can still do quite a bit of work there. He can still do a pretty good job. All right, this mini boss, the Strike Back Recovery mini boss, is a Punisher 2099. Once again, a champion that I don't really see on this node, or at all, really, to be honest. I don't remember the last time I fought a Punisher 2099 in war. And he is running suicides, so that is going to help me a little bit here. I am, however, going to make a lot of mistakes throughout this fight. Punisher has, I don't know if he has a faster attack animation or if I was just slow today or something, but I actually eat a couple of heavy attacks. You know, take a bunch of block damage from the specials, because of course those things are, you know, practically impossible to evade, except for the final hit at least. And I don't really want to be using my special just because I don't have a Petrify up yet. I probably should have just pushed him to a special one with my special one, but alright, there we go. It's my first time getting hit by the heavy attack, and of course I eat a few extra hits there. I use my special 3 just to get myself out of the wall and push him back on over to the right side of the screen. I mean, the one nice thing is that this is my final fight of the war, so any kind of damage that I take, as long as it's not lethal, I don't really care that much, but of course I'm still trying not to get hit, right? So at this point, just trying to bait out that special 2, and I'm already back over to the left side of the wall, starting to get a little bit nervous, starting to think, man, what if this guy gets to a special 3? He'd be in some real trouble. Finally, he does throw the special 2 again, though. So at this point, I am a little bit more comfortable with the fight, and yeah, just trying my best to stall out a little bit longer, because those debuffs, they are putting in work, and yeah, all I gotta do is survive for a little bit longer, especially with that recoil damage that is you know, taking his health down quite a bit as well. I think I eat another heavy attack at some point in this fight, though. I'm pretty sure of it, unless I'm thinking of a different fight. Oh, there we go. That heavy attack. That heavy attack had some range on it. I feel like I wasn't even that close to him. Maybe that's what it was. I just didn't see it coming because I wasn't that close to him. But in any case, Punisher 2099, he does go down. That was my final fight, final contribution to this war. And we did go on to win. It's good war to you guys over in S.H.I.E.L.D. And that is going to do it for this one. Thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next one. Take care.